गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू अनअकैडमी। सो कैसे हो मेरे प्यारे दोस्तों? एक बार जल्दी से ऑडियो कंफर्म कर दीजिए। चलिए, इन द मीन टाइम लेट मी स्टार्ट दिस सेशन एंड लेट मी फिनिश दिस क्विक इंट्रोडक्शन। मैं हूं आप लोगों का दोस्त ऐश्वर्य, पढ़ाता हूं आपको गेट एंड ईएससी के लिए। आई हैव डन माय मास्टर्स फ्रॉम आईआईटी दिल्ली एंड बीटेक फ्रॉम जामिया मिलिया इस्लामिया। 4 times I have qualified GATE with my best AIR 226. I do have 7 years of teaching experience and 2 years of industrial experience, and all these are the subjects which I am basically taking on Unacademy official YouTube channel, Unacademy special classes, as well as on Unacademy Plus. The subjects are theory of structure, RCC, geotechnical engineering, and strength of material. And my dear friend, this is the code which you guys can apply before buying any Unacademy Plus subscription in GATE and ESE, as well as in various other competitive fields like SSC, JEE, IIT, JEE, bank services, NEET, CAT, CLAT, etc. in order to avail 10% off. So simply you can consider this code to be a universal code at Unacademy. Okay. So now the question comes, why do we need Unacademy Plus? So at Unacademy Plus you can have access to our daily live classes, crash courses, weekly tests, doubt solving sessions, English and Hindi both. Rank improvement batches are also here. And if you simply want to convert this Plus experience into your personalized coaching, then you can go for our iconic plan, which is just a superset of Plus. Means you would be having all these features of Plus. Other than that, you would be assigning a personal coach, which himself is a ranker, and this personal coach also known as your local guardian at Unacademy. And this local guardian is going to plan your studies, is going to keep the booster sessions for you, is going to analyze your test at the personalized level. Not only this, you would also be getting some specialized notes and practice sets. Whether it is a matter of Plus or iconic, so my code AISH10 is always valid. And my dear friend, this is the very important information about Unacademy Combat, which is known as the India's largest fortnightly competition for GATE, where you can access your preparation around in 1 hour. Okay, and the eligible branches for this time combat is mechanical, civil, CS and IT, and next combat is going to be live on 21st of March 2021 11 AM. If you need any help in enrollment, then you can use this code AISH10 and you can support me as well, my dear friend. So all these questions are created by our best educators. Not only this, you would also be getting the detailed video solutions, that too by our top educators. So let's see what our top educators are saying on this.
It's time to experience something glorious. Unacademy Combat. Compete, crack, conquer.
A challenging GATE contest engineered to give you an experience like none other.
Where you put your knowledge to test
and battle it out with a test
To bring out the best in you, Unacademy Combat is the most competitive, gamified contest for GATE till date, with the best of the questions by best educators.
with detailed video solutions from top educators right after each contest.
Combat live with peers to get real-time rankings and win big.
Participate in every contest to improve your ratings.
Challenging contests every fortnight or alternate Sunday. Live ranking after every question. Big rewards for top rankers. Your passion to crack GATE deserves this. Your hard work towards your dream deserves this. Fuel your inner fire for the ultimate GATE challenge. Unacademy Combat. Register now.
guys, enroll now for this Unacademy Combat. Okay, so this thing is going to be very useful for you guys, and you can see that it is the India's biggest free scholarship test for GATE and ESE exam, and here you can win from a scholarship of 1.8 crore plus, that too in March. So do not forget to enroll it now. It is free test and S10 is going to be key for that. Okay, and yes, so this time we have came up with our new batch, which is batch number 7th, G batch. Okay, and it is going to start on 24th of March after 6 days. Okay, and you can see that again our top educators are leading this batch, and here you can use the code AISH10. and if you are talking about this evolve batch for GATE 2022, then this batch is also going to start on 24th of March, and here as well you guys can use the code AISH10, and here as well these batches are again going to start with our top educators. Shabin, I will come to your doubt, do not worry. So this is the information on the target ESE prelims batch, again by our top educators, and it is a non-technical batch in which we are going to cover the 10 topics, and these 10 topics, non-technical topics, will be covered by these 7 top class educators, and its batch has started on 18th of Feb, and next batch it is about to start very soon. And here as well you can use my code AISH10. So guys, Jaspal sir has brought up his test series, and you can see the schedule of his ESE test series, which is again going to be very useful for you guys. So these 2 tests has been already conducted by him, and these are the schedule of his remaining test series. Okay, so this is again free test series. If you want to unlock this, then this code is going to help. So AISH10 is not only for your you can say paid subscription, you can also use it for your free accessories. Okay, and if you haven't downloaded the Unacademy learning app, then download it from the App Store, or you can say from the Play Store, and you would be able to unlock these free accessories for you guys. Okay, is it clear? So चलिए दोस्तों अब start करते हैं session. So today is the 38th session on triaxial test and unconfined compressive strength. Okay, which is, I told you yesterday, it is also going to be the special case of triaxial test. So dear Shavin is asking, sir, in consolidation undrained test, the first step in clay is consolidated, so water is not present. No, this is the loophole in your statement, Shabin. Who told that after stage number 1 water is not present in the soil? Water is already there. In consolidation we will never ever be able to remove all of its water. What will happen, whatever consolidation we are applying, whatever cell pressure we are applying, so corresponding to that some excess pore water pressure developed, and corresponding to that pore water pressure your water is supposed to go out from the soil. But when in stage 2 you are again going to apply the load, so you are increasing the pressure. So due to that further increment, again excess pore water pressure would be generated, and as per the incremented pore water pressure, again your water will be flowing out. ऐसा थोड़ी ना होगा कि स्टेज 1 के बाद पानी को हमने गायब भी कर दिया. We are only applying load. We are not applying any dryer or anything which is going to soak all of the water. Is it clear, dear Shabin? Is it clear? So that is going to be the thing here, and I hope it is clearer to you. And let me start the session now. And today we are about to finish this unit as well, and its practice session we will be keeping tomorrow on 7 PM same timing. Okay, so this is the syllabus of soil mechanics 2 foundation engineering, you can say. This we are going to start in the coming week. Okay, so laboratory test we were discussing, direct shear we have completed, triaxial test we are completing, and today my target is unconfined consolidation, unconfined compression test, and vane shear test. Similar vane shear test can also be conducted in field as well, on field as well. So we will be covering vane shear, UCS, and some leftover topics of, you can say, triaxial test. So dear, this is what we have studied yesterday. This is your triaxial test apparatus. This is your soil sample, this is the rubber membrane. These two are the porous stone or non-porous stone depending upon the type of test which you are conducting, and this black is water, okay, which is present inside the perpex sheet, okay, transparent perpex sheet. And the beauty of this test is it is suitable for all types of soil, unlike direct shear test. We have seen that direct shear test was only good for sand, but this triaxial test is suitable for all type of soil, and it is the most accurate test, my dear friends. Okay, so what is the procedure here? Earlier we are going to apply some sigma 3. Based on that sigma 3, the soil is about to consolidate, and after the consolidation we are applying the load which is known as the, you can say, shear loading stage. So that additional load sigma d is applied till this soil sample is going to fail. And yesterday we have seen there are 3 types of failure which we can see. Okay, so once on application of sigma d my soil sample is going to fail, so I can say in that scenario my soil sample is failing, and correspondingly I can note the reading of sigma 3 and sigma 1. So sigma 3 and sigma 1 are also known as the major and minor principal stresses which are acting on these major and minor planes. Okay, so these readings are taken for 2 to 3 tests, and after taking those reading, let's say this is the reading of first experiment, this is the reading of second experiment, and based on these readings, whenever I am drawing the Mohr circles, so the tangent, common tangent to this circle gives you the value of Mohr failure envelope, and the slope of this Mohr failure envelope is known as phi, and this y-intercept of this Mohr failure envelope is known as the C cohesion. Okay, so this is about the C phi test. Okay, and based on the triaxial apparatus we are going to get these experimental values. Is it clear? So the merits of this test I have told you yesterday, and today we will be seeing some more concepts. And my dear friend, based on stage 1, stage 2, total we had these 3 combination of tests. Okay, so in first stage drainage is allowed, then it is consolidated, and if drainage is not allowed, then it is unconsolidated. But in loading stage or second stage or in shear stage, if volume change is allowed, then it is known as the drain test. If volume change is not allowed, then it is known as the undrained test. So these are the several types of test. CD is long-term test. It takes around week. CU is intermediate unloaded suddenly case. It can be done in 1 to 2 days. And UU is the quickest test, and it basically relates your short-term stability, and that can be completed even in 15 minutes, because we do not have to wait here. We do not have to wait for water to expel out, neither in stage 1 nor in stage 2, that is in shear stage. So that is going to be the concept here, my dear friend. Is it clear? So today we have to see the pore pressure parameters, also known as Skempton's parameters. Okay, you know what happened? It is not always practical to determine the pore pressure and to control the pore pressure. So in such scenario, we are going to use the theoretical concepts in order to find these pore pressure parameters. Okay, so these you know what is happening. It is not always possible to determine the pore water pressure practically. Then we have to use this theoretical approach, and this approach is given by Skempton. Is it clear? Here the pore water pressure parameters represents the response of pore pressure, okay, due to the change in the total stress. It represents the, actually these parameters are known as A and B parameters, and they are simply giving you the response of pore pressure due to the change in the total stress. Is it clear? Okay, and there are 2 stages. Obviously stage 1 corresponding to consolidation stage, okay, or you can say your cell pressure stage, and stage 2 is known as your You know this shear stage or deviator stage, sigma D stage, you can say sigma D stage. Okay, so first of all I would like to discuss the cell pressure stage, means my stage number 1, and it is my stage number 2. So what is happening in stage 1 that we have to see. So stage 1 is known as cell pressure stage. Stage 1 is my cell pressure stage. Okay, and here the main parameter which we have to use is B. So B is the parameter, it is also known as the parameter for cell pressure stage. Okay, so you know what is B represents here. It simply represents the pore pressure change in stage 1 due to the consolidation, or you can say due to the confining pressure. So due to the confining pressure or due to the, you can say, cell pressure, whatever is the change in total stress, that change can be measured as per this parameter known as B. So this is defined as, B is defined as change in pore pressure with respect to change in the total stress, obviously in the confining condition. So this is my change in pore pressure. And this is going to be change in cell pressure or confining pressure. So can any one of you tell me what is going to be the value of B when my soil is fully saturated, and what is going to be the value of B when my soil is completely dry? Can anyone? So what is going to happen? If my soil is fully saturated, then how much you are going to change the loading? By all those loadings will be taken care by water only, because initially water is supposed to take all the load. So in case of, you can say, in saturated condition, you can say B is equal to 1, because whatever change you are giving in terms of cell pressure, same change can be represented in pore water pressure. And similarly, what will happen for dry soil? For dry soil, what is going to happen? Whatever change you are going to apply in your soil system, so water is not there, so entire change in stress has to taken care by soil molecules only. So here you can say B is going to be 0. B is going to be 0 because change in pore pressure is 0 when there is no water in it, and delta sigma C, if it is changing, then no change is obtained here. So if I am going to draw the, you can say, variation of B, so this would be how much? This is B, and this is the degree of saturation. Here this is 1 and here it is 0. So this is going to vary like this. So this is going to vary like this. So this is what you can say. At 1 it is 1, at 0 it is going to be 0. Okay, this you can say that my B value is always going to lie between 0 and 1. Okay, so this is your B pore water pressure. You can say B is the pore parameter. Is it clearer to you or not? And you know, B can also be determined by using the properties of the soil. You know how? Suppose if you know the CV and CC of the soil, then you can also find the B by using this expression, 1 plus eta CV over CC. I hope you know the relevant terms. We have completed the consolidation. So this is, eta is porosity, here eta is porosity, CV is known as the coefficient of consolidation, and CC is known as the obviously not coefficient of curvature, it is you can say coefficient of compression. Is it clear? Is it clear to all my dear friend? So that is the B. Okay, so what is B? B is the change in pore water pressure with respect to change in cell pressure. If entire change in the cell pressure is reflected in the form of pore water pressure, then my B is equal to 1. That is, my soil is saturated. And if there is no change in the pore water pressure, whenever I am incrementing the cell pressure, it means my soil is dry, because pore water pressure is not going to take up. And if my degree of saturation is lying between 0 and 1, in that case my B value, this parameter value is also going to lie between 0 and 1. And there is also one theoretical approach to find the B parameter, which is given by 1 upon 1 plus eta CV over CV, where eta is the porosity, CV is the coefficient of consolidation, and CC is the coefficient of compression. Now this is all about stage number 1. This is all about stage number 1. Okay, now we will be working on stage 2. Now we will be working on stage 2. Stage number 2. So how to look for stage 2? Okay, this is, you can say deviator stage or shear stage, stage 2. कोई डाउट हो तो पूछ के चलना. Stage 2. Okay, so here the original parameter is given by A bar, and this A bar is defined as A dot B. B is the same parameter which you have seen of stage 1. Okay, and it basically relates to change in pore pressure due to change in the deviatoric stress. So it represents change in pore pressure due to change in deviator stress. Okay, so here this is also defined as A bar, and it is equal to change in pore pressure in stage number 2 in deviatory stage with respect to change in the total stress in stage number 2. Okay, so this is change in sigma d is deviatoric stress. So on applying the deviatoric stress, how much pore pressure is changing, that is basically your A bar. That is basically your A bar. So let me tell you this. If Vd is the change in pore pressure due to the change in deviator stress sigma d, then you can give it like this. Okay, so you can also say delta ud is given by change in pore pressure due to change in deviator stress. I hope it is visible. I hope it is visible. अगर क्वालिटी का थोड़ा इश्यू हो तो आप रेजोल्यूशन बढ़ा लीजिएगा. Okay, okay, my dear friend, the important point for objective is this, that this A bar is the parameter which is going to depend on strain over consolidation ratio, degree of saturation, degree of disturbance, you can say, as well as the soil and isotropicness. Once again I am repeating, this parameter is going to depend upon the strain over consolidation ratio, degree of saturation, degree of you can say disturbance, as well as the soil and isotropicity or anisotropy. Is it clear? And its value is quite low. It may be lying between you can say 0 and 0.5 for over consolidated clay. Okay, so let me write it here only. For over consolidated clay, this value is going to lie between 0 and 0.5. Okay, and if it is very high, okay, if it is very high, for high over consolidated soil, you can say this value may be even go up to 3. Okay, is it clear? And this is generally for loose sand. This is generally for loose sand. So don't be confused whatever I am telling to you. See, once again I am repeating, total there were 2 stages. Okay, first stage is consolidated stage or cell pressure stage, and second stage is shear stress or diabatic stress stage. So in consolidation stage, we are defined B, pore pressure. It is defined as the ratio of change in pore pressure divided by change in the cell pressure. In saturated clay it is 1, and it is dry condition it is 0, and it is going to vary between 0 and 1. And this is the theoretical aspect of B value, which is given by B is equal to 1 over 1 plus eta Cv over Cc. And if we are coming on stage 2, deviatory stage, you can say A bar is given by A dot B. Here A bar is basically the change in pore pressure due to the change in deviatory stress. मतलब stage number 2 का जो stress है उसके कारण कहाँ कितना इसका value change होगा. And generally this value is between 0 and 0.5. And this is also defined as the change in pore pressure due to the change in the deviatory stress. So now if somebody asks you what is the total change in the parameter, now if somebody is going to ask you that what is the total change, you can say in pore pressure. So you know that there are total 2 stages. You know there are total 2 stages, stage 1 and stage 2. So total change in the pore water pressure is defined as change in the pore water pressure in stage number 1, which is your cell pressure stage, plus change in stage number 2, which is your deviatory stress stage. So stage number 1, change in pore pressure is given by this. Delta UC is given by B times of delta sigma C. B times of delta sigma C plus this UD you can see here. UD is A bar of delta sigma D. UD is equal to A bar of delta sigma D. UD is A bar of delta sigma D. So this is equal to B delta, or you can say B times of delta sigma C plus A times of delta sigma D. Sorry, this is the delta sigma D, not C. Okay. A bar you have written like delta UD by delta sigma. Okay. Then it is delta sigma D. Okay, delta sigma D, and this is obviously A. This is obviously your A value. Okay, so this is going to be like this. So this is your basically the total change in pore pressure. This is the total change in pore pressure. Is it clear? And yes, obviously if you can say that delta sigma D is given by delta sigma 1 minus delta sigma 3. So this is about the Skempton pore water pressure parameters. This is all about the Skempton pore water pressure parameters. Is it clearer? Okay. Okay guys. So this is about the triaxial test and the Skempton pore pressure parameters. Numerical important है दोस्तों, numerical इनमें से बन जाते हैं. Skempton के ऊपर numerical पूछे जाते हैं, triaxial test के ऊपर numerical पूछे जाते हैं. कैसे C and phi निकालना है by using the experimental results वो आपसे पूछे जाते हैं. I have told you the analytical approach. I have told you the PQ plot. So based on that you would be able to find all those parameters. Is it clear to all my dear friends? Tell me if you guys are having any doubt. Please let me know. If you have any doubt, please let me know. Okay, in that case we can proceed further. Okay, time is there. Yes, UCS test. I told you that unconfined compression test is just a special case of triaxial test where we are not applying any cell pressure because it is done on the clay, because clay are having the ability to withstand due to its cohesivity. Okay, so what is happening when sigma 3 is 0? When sigma 3 is 0, then you know it is sigma 3 and it is sigma 3 plus sigma d. So directly at sigma d, my soil sample is about to fail. So if sigma 3 is 0, then this is going to be the value of Qu, and it is going to be a circle here. And this tangent, horizontal tangent, is also known as your Mohr-Coulomb failure envelope, and Qu is given as unconfined compressive strength, unconfined compressive strength. Okay, so what is happening? Sigma 3 is 0, sigma d is you can say sigma 1, and you can plot this circle. Okay, only one failure envelope is enough here. And here you can see in UCS test, you guys would only be having C because phi is equal to 0. And in the initial as well, I have told you that my clay is only having shear strength due to cohesion, and sigma d is all. I hope it is clear to you. So quite easy test. So it is going to be sigma d by 2, or you can say sigma applied by 2. So whatever sigma you are applying here. Okay, if somebody told you what is the unconfined compressive strength, so based on the unconfined compressive strength, you guys can simply find the shear strength, and that shear strength is given by sigma by 2, or you can say sigma d by 2. Is it clear you or not? Tell me if you have any doubt. So good thing is, after knowing the unconfined compressive strength, you guys would be able to know the cohesion of a soil, cohesion of a clay, and shear strength. Why it is shear strength half of this? Because you know here this is going to be the Mohr-Coulomb failure envelope, and here it is perfectly horizontal. So numerically the y ordinate is equal to the radius of this circle, and this radius is equal to from 0 to sigma 1. It is going to be the half of this. So this is going to be your Mohr failure. This you can say topic. Vane shear test. First of all, let me tell you one thing, that it can be done on laboratory as well as it can also be done on field. Laboratory as well as on field. So concept is quite clear. There is a vein, you have to insert that vein into your ground. Okay, into your ground. And if it is a laboratory test, then the size of the vein is very less, and if it is a field test, then size of the vein is bit higher. Okay, so this vein is supposed to lower into your ground, and most of the time it is completely lowered, means from bottom to top. And after lowering it with the help of the motor, we are going to apply the torque here. Let's say the height of the vein is h and the diameter of the vein is capital D. Okay, and after applying the torque T, if it is completely immersed in the soil, then this vein is going to resist the soil is going to resist this external applied torque with the help of the shear strength of the soil, which it is getting from the circumferential periphery as well as from the bottom of the soil as well as from the top of the soil. And if I am going to accumulate all those resistance, top, bottom and from side, then this is going to be the expression which we can derive by using the basic physics. And here tau f, or you can say C, is equal to applied torque upon pi d square h by 2 plus d by 6. And this test is generally preferred when the undisturbed specimen is very difficult to obtain. Okay, whenever we will be having difficulty in obtaining the undisturbed specimen, at that point of time this test is highly useful for us. Yes, obviously it is done on the cohesive soil, because here primarily the shear strength is only due to cohesion. And now we are very much clear that if it is a case of clay or if it is a case of plastic cohesive soil, then its shear strength is to be obtained only with the help of clay. Is it clearer to you, my dear friends, or not? And similarly, my dear friend, one more case originates here. Sometimes what happens, we are not lowering this vein completely onto the ground. Either we are keeping the surface of this vein, just the top of it, or we are only partially immersing our vein here. So let's say this is a diagram. So here you can say, in spite of having total height h, only some fraction of that h in the form of h dash is immersed in under the ground level. And this time what is happening? Bottom is responsible, top is not responsible. And earlier the entire circumference corresponding the circumferential area pi into d into h was responsible in the circumferential resistance. But this time it is pi into d into h dash. This time it is pi into d into h dash. Okay, so it is going to be like this. Is it clear? So when top is above the ground level and some fraction of height is immersed there, then h dash, then what is the procedure? Tau f is given by T divided by pi d square upon h dash by 2 plus d by 12. Is it clear? Plus d by 12. So it's very easy to remember. If you are knowing one, h by 2 plus d by 6, you know h by 2 plus d by 6 when it is completely immersed, and if only half of this is participating, then h by 2 is now becoming h dash by 2, because the submerged depth is h dash only. But earlier the resistance was due to two things, bottom and top. Now it is only due to bottom only. So due to bottom we have to half this parameter, so d by 6 will becoming d by 12. So like that we can do the vein shear test in the two possibilities: when my vein is completely onto the ground, and second, when my vein is not completely embedded in the ground. Okay, so the value of this torque can be read from the you can say motor, digital motors. Okay, so it is going to be like this. So now here we have one question on shear strength on triaxial test, and this is only one question today we will be doing, and a complete practice session on shear strength of the soil. In session on that we will be having tomorrow evening 7 p.m. and tomorrow evening I have two back-to-back sessions for you guys on YouTube. The first one is on RCC. We will be discussing some good questions of RCC in RCC live test, and that is from 6 p.m. onwards. And second is from, you can say, geotechnical engineering. Okay, this practice session on the shear strength of the soil. Okay, I will tell you about that later. And now who is going to reply me this question? It is a practice question, and it is a dry sand specimen is subjected through a triaxial test. Cell pressure is given to you 50 and the deviatoric stress is 100 kPa. Now they are asking what is the angle of internal friction. Okay, so very easy problem if you have understand the concept clearly. So suppose if this is my normal axis and if this is my tau, and here you can see cell pressure is 50, so cell pressure is sigma 3, this is going to be 50, and deviator stress is, you know, sigma 1 is equal to sigma 3 plus sigma d. So sigma 3 is 50 and this is 100, so total it is 150. So this is going to be 150. So this is going to be 50 and this is going to be 150, and the circle is going to be like this. Okay, कोई नहीं, दोबारा बना लेते हैं. So this is 50 and it is 150, sigma 1, sigma 3. And you know, one more hint is given to you. Can you guess what is going to be the phi of this line? At least we would be needing 2 Mohr circle, then only we can plot this failure envelope, unless it is a case of UCS test. But if the test is not UCS, if it is triaxial, then at least we will be needing 2 Mohr circle to draw the failure envelope, because it is going to be the common tangent. But here one hint has been given to us that it is a case of sand. It is a case of dry sand. So if it is a case of dry sand, first of all, there is no difference between there is no, you can say, pore water pressure. So total stress here is only the effective one. And if it is a case of sand, then phi of this soil is going to be equal to what? 0. And now if I am going to draw here a tangent, this tangent will look like this. So this is your failure. This is your failure envelope. So they are only interested in the phi value. They are only interested in the phi value. Even if you can plot till here, then with the help of basic mathematics, you would be able to calculate the value of phi. You know, this is a center and this center is the average of these values. So 150 plus 50 is 100, 200. So it is going to be 100, 0. And this is 100. And what about this? 200, half of 100 is 50. Okay, so here if I am interested in the sine theta, then sine phi is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, it is 50 over 100, you can say. So it is going to be 1 by 2. So when my sine phi is 1 by 2, it is 1 by 2 at 30 degree. So this is going to be 30 degree. So I would like to go with the option number P. So like this, we can solve the questions on Mohr circle, shear strength of the soil. And these questions are really very conceptual. It really correlates your strength of material concepts with the soil mechanics. I hope you got this numerical, and you can stay tuned for such more numericals, which we will be discussing in the tomorrow session. So my dear friend, from my side, the shear strength chapter has been completely completed. So rest of the things I want to explain you with the help of questions. So my tomorrow's session is going to be very important. It will summarize the entire shear strength of the soil, as well as it will give you the sufficient types of question which you may encounter in your upcoming exams. So guys, this is a schedule of my tomorrow session. So RCC live test from 6 PM onwards, and practice session on shear strength of the soil is from 7 PM onwards. Okay, so be there from 6 PM onwards. So I would like to take your 2 hours tomorrow, 1 hour for RCC and 1 hour for shear strength of the soil. So guys, yes, this is the combat, which is again, you can say, biggest free scholarship test for GATE and ESE, and here you can win from a scholarship of 1.8 crore plus in March. And the good thing is, this scholarship pool is not applicable for the existing subscribers, so it is only for fresh people. Is it clear to you? And yes, obviously you can use my code AISH10, okay, for your next upcoming combat, which is going to be live on 21st March of 2021. Okay, so dear, this is the SSC JEE free test series for civil engineering, and this is the GATE ESE free test series, and these are Agaz, Elevate and Gatorade. So 21st and 31st of March, it is morning 10 a.m. and Elevate test series in the morning 10 a.m. on 21st and 28th of March, and Gatorade is for GATE 2022. Okay, and it is there on every TTS, Thursday, Tuesday as well as on Saturday, and the timing is 10 a.m. in the morning. Dear, our Jaspal sir is also ready with his free test series. This is a beautiful test series by Jaspal sir, and already he has conducted the 2 tests on soil, and 1 on soil and second on environmental engineering and soil. Is it clear? Okay. So just to unlock this test series, you can use my code AISH10, and here are the details of his upcoming tests. And this is the Ascent batch 2023, which is going to start on 24th of March, and you can see our top educators are going to start this batch. And in case of any help regarding subscription, you can use my code AISH10. And if you are interested in 1-year program, then Evolve batches are here for you guys, which is also going to start on 24th of March, and here as well you can use my code AISH10 and you can take your 10% discount, and this batch is also being started by our top educators. Dear, this is all about our subscription plan, that for 1 year we are charging 27,225, a very reasonable amount for your plus, and for 1.5 year it is 34,650, and for 2 year it is 39,600, isn't it? And if you want to go for our iconic plan, so there the prices are slightly on the higher side. But why they are higher, I told you at the very beginning. So if you are calculating the benefit to cost ratio, then it might be more effective for you guys, because here a dedicated local guardian is assigned to you, who is going to take care of your studies, who is going to keep an eye on your performance, and revise strategies, booster sessions, etc. would be shared with you guys. And for 1 year you have to pay 45,225, and for 2 years you have to pay 66,600. And my dear friend, all these are the prices which I am showing you in the form of plus, or you can say in the form of iconic plans. These are the prices after the application of my code ASH10. Otherwise you might have to pay 11.11% extra, or you can say these all are the 10% discounted price. So dear, do not forget to follow me on Unacademy at @SharmaAshwarya-1049, and this is our official Telegram channel, you can say. And all these are the various studies channel offered by Unacademy, and right now you guys are watching me live on Unacademy GATE CE, which is also known as the one-stop solution for all your engineering problem. It is Unacademy GATE CE, CH. Guys, thanks a lot, stay safe, and yes, do not go outside if it is not required. Okay, take care guys.